Hello, everyone. Mark Stevens, CEO of Trévo, and I welcome you to our November Live. Today, I have a lot of things I want to share with you. I want to start off by thanking every life and health coach across the globe for the work that you're doing. I never get tired of celebrating you for sharing wellness, prosperity, and legacy with people. We get testimonies every single day from individuals that have experienced wellness through our products, how their bodies have been transformed, how they're living a healthy lifestyle now, and also from individuals who are seeing their dreams become a reality because they have started their own Trévo business and they're creating prosperity in their life that is allowing them to be able to finance their dreams. And that's what our business is all about, is wellness, prosperity, and legacy. And legacy, of course, is what I'm talking about, of leaving a legacy of your life having impacted others. Today's Facebook Live is going to be a little bit different because there's just been some things going on that I wanted to share with you today that I feel like can bring some encouragement to you. I believe that many times leaders project an image of life always being great, things always being perfect, but that's certainly not the reality of life. And so what I want to do is always be an authentic leader and lead you through the journey of extraordinary. And the journey of extraordinary is certainly a journey of ups and downs, of highs and lows, of victories and defeats. And I believe that you have to be equipped and be prepared for that. So I want to share just a little bit of some things that I'm working on right now that have just really things have happened that have been really amazing to me. How I believe that God works in our lives in a continuous way to help us in our journey towards the purpose that He's created us to be able to live. This morning, my daughter Alexandria, she had sent me a message and she said, "Dad, have you listened to Lauren Daigle's song, You Say?" And I couldn't remember whether I had or not, so I listened to it again. Of course, I have listened to it before, but it was so perfect for really the place that I've been in the last few days, really working towards our future, looking at challenges, different things that we want to be able to take our life, our business, everything about what we're doing to another level. In that song, there are some lyrics I want to read that really spoke to me, and they may speak to you today. And after I talk about the song, I want to begin to share with you some training that I'm developing. And I want you to see how what I had been working on training over 2 weeks ago, how this message that I got this morning, how that it was a confirmation of that I'm on the right track, what I'm doing. And in this song, it says, "I keep fighting voices in my head that say I'm not enough." And you remind me that when I say, you say I am loved when I don't feel a thing. You say that I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I think I'm falling short. And when I don't belong, you say I am yours. And then she makes the declaration, the song, "I believe." And I think that that's so incredibly important that we recognize that no matter where we're at in our journey, in our business, in our life, and our personal development, that we have to have belief and to understand that someone greater than ourselves is there with us to guide us and direct us on this great journey. So let's talk about this, this training that I have been developing. I'm just going to give you just a little bit of the training just because I'm going to be developing a video series on this, and so I'm not going to give it all away. This is just a little bit of what I wanted you to get today. And so this training that I wrote over 2 weeks ago, and then now remember the lyrics of the song that I just gave you. This is what I had written. It says, "Extraordinary is a way we choose to live our lives. And it starts with the right mindset. It's thinking from a position that you are enough. You are enough. Yes, You may have a lot of things you want to change or improve, but despite that, from today forward, I want you to get up every morning and look yourself in the eye, get into the mirror, and say, I am enough. It is about celebrating ourselves where we're at, knowing that that's where God, He accepts us just the way that we are. And I hope that it will help us to recognize that in our journey that we should accept others where they're at. Not that we want ourselves or others to stay average, ordinary, stay in a low place, but that from where we're at, we're enough, and that we can grow and we can become more. One of the main things that began my transformation to extraordinary as I'm on this journey, and I'm certainly not there, I've got a long ways to go, but you know what, I get up every day to keep moving forward, is for me is learning to slow down, living one day at a time, just taking one day, getting up, surrendering my life to the Lord that day, and making a determination that I'm going to do everything I can that particular day to take my life to another level. So I want to encourage you, stop trying to live in the future and start living today. Because for years I wasted days, weeks, months, always thinking about tomorrow, about where I wanted to be at the end of the year, next year, 5 years, you know, the 5-year plan. And I believe that it caused me to miss out on the opportunity to enjoy the experience of the journey of growing one day at a time. So my goal now is to even break it down further than just one day at a time, but more of experience every hour, every minute, and every moment to its fullest. Being present. If you want to be a great business builder in Trévo, learn to be present in the moment. I think so many times we miss connections with people that we can help with them discovering how that they can live well, how that they can create prosperity, how they too can live a life of legacy, because we're not fully present with them, hearing them, sharing from our heart how that we believe in them and that we're here to help them in an authentic way. And so I want to really encourage all of us that we live every day to the fullest, that we get up and we're so grateful for the life that we have. It may not be the life we want, but it is the life that we have today. And until we live from a position of gratitude, we can never go to a higher place in our life. And so I want to just encourage you to slow down and enjoy the journey. Enjoy today. And when you come to the end of today, I want you to, before you go to bed, I want you to think about the good things that happened to you today. You may have some bad things happen to you today, but don't focus on those things. Focus on the good things that happened to you today. And I just call that being aware of the beautiful life that God has given each and every one of us. Even though we may think our life is troubled or we're in challenges or whatever it may be, believe me, there's going to be someone else in the world whose life is harder than our life. And so I think if we learn to live our life with a grateful attitude, it can really change how we begin to think and how we begin to act. And really understand that you are on a journey, and that this journey is a journey of learning and stretching. There's going to be pain, there's going to be joy, there's going to be victory, there's going to be failures, there's going to be ups, downs. There's going to be times when maybe you're in lack, times when you're in abundance, but all of it has a purpose, and that purpose is to grow us, to grow our character of who we are, so that we can truly live the life that God created us to live and who He wants us to be. So there's some other things I want to share with you real quickly that I think is really, really important that I learned just this last weekend. You know, I think it's so amazing how that if we open ourselves up every day, there's going to be people put in our life that's going to help us to be able to grow. And so I was at my church this weekend, and wow, we have an incredible ministerial staff there, and our pastor, Rhett Benefield, was speaking about this very thing of living a better, happier, more successful life. And there were some things that really impacted me. One of them I wanted to share with you was a scripture in Philippians 4. It says, "Be cheerful in every season of life. Do not be anxious or worried about anything, but be saturated in prayer, faith-filled, and with overflowing gratitude. Then God's wonderful peace will make the answers known. Keep your thoughts continually fixed on the best, not the worst, on all that is excellent and brings peace." This is what I'm talking about, is understanding that we get to choose. We get to choose our response to life. We can either live in joy or we can live in discouragement, and we don't get anywhere by living in discouragement. We've got to live in joy. There was another statement here: make sure your optimistic, faith-filled thoughts widely outnumber doubts and fears. Make positive affirmations. I love this because one of the things I've been studying, and this tied into something that I heard this weekend, that's what I'm talking about, is in life, we get all these connections, things that come to us that are given to us as a help to help us grow. And I've been reading this book by Dr. Caroline Leaf, and it's about my brain, who switched off my brain. And it really talks about how that for many years, doctors believe, scientists believe, that brain damage, things that happen in your brain, were permanent, that the brain could not be healed. But new scientific research shows certainly that the brain can be healed, and that through our experiences in our life, maybe even as a child, we've had damage done to our brain, thoughts, that patterns that have developed within our brain that cause us to expect bad things, to expect failure, to expect people to reject us, to expect that we're never going to be enough or we're never going to have enough. But those thoughts can be changed if we're willing to do the work. Nothing that's worth having is free. It costs you something. And so there was a statement that was made this weekend by my pastor that says, our life is a garden, our thoughts are the seeds. We can grow flowers or we can grow weeds. That's pretty powerful, isn't it? We get to choose what we decide we want to do. So I believe that our words reflect our belief. So there were some statements that he gave us, and I'm just going to share some of those. I would encourage you to develop your own. I'm going to be incorporating some of this into my training series because it just works in so perfectly to what is so important that we have to do. And so we make affirmations, we make declarations of what we want in our life, and we begin to train our thoughts to think the right thoughts, like I am healthy, I am very happy, I'm creative, I'm a problem solver, I think positive thoughts, I am successful, I am highly favored by God, I am wealthy, I live by faith, I think by faith, I act by faith, I live a healthy lifestyle, I am determined, I'm courageous, I'm an overcomer. You've got to begin to train your thought process. In this business, I am generous. I'm generous with my time. I'm generous with helping people in every way. I prosper in all that I do. I expect a wonderful future. I expect the best. And then most importantly, I give God all the glory for the great things that he's done in my life. And so I want to just encourage you today that you are enough, that you were created by God for greatness. That's one of the things that Holly and we speak out to you every time we have a chance to talk to you, that you have gifts and talents and abilities that were given specifically to you to be a blessing to others. And isn't it wonderful that in Trévo we have a platform that gives each and every one of us the opportunity to be a blessing. We're blessed to be a blessing, to help other people discover that they can live well, that they can create freedoms in their life through owning their own business, create financial freedom, time freedom, freedom to be able to dream your biggest dream and then see it become a reality. Because one of the things that I always tell people is there is no shortage of money in the world. Maybe a shortage in your bank account, but there's no shortage of money in the world. And so if you began to see yourself differently, if you began to think differently, if you begin to speak differently, if you begin to act differently, you'll begin to move your life in the direction that you want it to go. And there's a few things that I want to leave you with is that you have to determine your purpose. What is the outcome that you're looking for in your life? You have to create a plan, and that plan needs to have dates and times. It can't just be someday, but when? When are you going to do what it is you need to do so you can get what it is you want to get? You have to create a strategy. What is the approach you're going to use? And in our business, your strategies are different depending on the person you're talking to. Here's a little tip for you. You can't use the same strategy or the same approach on every person. You have to find out about that particular person, find out what their needs are, what their desires are, and then you can then share how the right approach will get them to where they want to be. And that's where you live for helping people instead of helping yourself. And then next thing is you have to execute. The steps are going to be taken and have to be taken on a consistent, persistent basis for success to come. As you go through your journey of developing yourself, developing your business, developing whatever else it is that you're wanting to grow in your life, there has to be a time where you evaluate and you track your progress and your results. Oh, you have to hold yourself accountable, and I encourage you to get people to be an accountability group. That's what I love about our business is you're building a team, and a great team holds one another accountable for their actions, for the things that they do, keeping them on track. I have a great accountability team in my life, individuals that hold me accountable. So yesterday I got a call from one of the individuals that God has placed in my life that is accountability, and they were checking up on me and making sure that I'm following the path that I need to follow. I'm doing the things I need to do. I've been blessed. I have a gorgeous wife and a gorgeous daughter that they hold me accountable, and they keep me focused on the right things. And the times when I get discouraged, they're there to get me straight. Yesterday, I'd had a really, really tough day the day before, and Alexandria, before she left to do her teaching to her school, she said, "Have you read your declarations today?" And I said, "No, I haven't done it yet." She said, "Well, you need to read them, and then when I come home today, I want to see a smile on your face." You see, it's so great to have people in your life that hold you accountable and help you stay on track. And so, but you do have to evaluate, and then when you evaluate, there's going to be things that you're going to see that you need to improve on or you need to change. And so we call that recalculate, make adjustments based upon your evaluation of what it is that you need to do next. And so that's just a little bit of what I wanted to share with you today. I want to take just a few questions that we have that I'll answer here at the end. We didn't actually have many questions on this call, so I'm just going to give you a few. The first question was, how do I activate my global pool bonus amount? Well, there are two things that activate your global pool. One is your GVP. That is the point volume within your personal organization, which is your 8 generations. And then there is the TVP. And the TVP is the volume of anyone in the company that joined after you. That would be globally. Now, the global TVP is what determines what the value of the bonuses are. So it's what the global team is doing that determines the value. But for you to be able to participate, you have to create your personal GVP. And so as you build your team, and your GVP points come from enrollments, upgrades, QVP purchases, bulk pack purchases, retail purchases, all of that goes in to building points in your GVP. And the TVP comes from the purchases globally of QVP orders and bulk pack orders. And so that's how you activate that. The next one is, someone asked me if Trévo is gluten-free, and it certainly is. Another person was asking about RP3. I want to just do a shout out to Nigeria, because Nigeria was the last country that got approval for RP3 in Africa, but it finally happened. They finally started selling the product just a few days ago, and it is, I'm telling you, if you're in Nigeria, you better get some RP3, because it is going out of the office so quickly. There's not going to be any left until a new shipment comes in. And the testimonies we're getting are quite amazing. And so, though I had a person ask me, is he had been taking it for a few days and hadn't gotten results yet, and so we want to know, should I up the dosage? And the answer is no. It just may take time for all of the nutrients to get in your body and your body to begin functioning at a normal level, the way that you want it to function. But I guarantee you that if you'll keep being faithful to take it every day, you'll see the results. The next question is about now that we're using points to determine your qualification for commissions, how many points does it take to qualify? It is 100 points. If your total GVP is under 13,000 to qualify for commissions in all 8 generations, and it is 200 points of GVP of QVP for you to qualify for 8 generations when your points are over 13,000 points. And so those are the qualifications that you want to look for. We had a question, is do we plan on opening in China and Korea? We are looking at some Asian countries right now. So we haven't made a full determination of which countries we're going to be opening, but we will be expanding in Asia in 2019. The next question is, what is your recommended social media to use? I think you should use every social media available to you. I think that the approach is important, that you are wanting to make connections with people. You're wanting to build relationships with people. So don't make posts all the time just about product, opportunity. Make posts that inspire people, that connect with people, that can help create conversation, because through conversations is when you get to learn about people and how you can help them. And those are some of the questions that we had today. I am so grateful and thankful. This is the month of November. Next week is Thanksgiving in the United States. And on behalf of Holly, Alexander, and myself, we want to say thank you. We are so grateful for you. Trévo could not be the company that is without you. We are on a journey right now of plans for a whole new direction in Trévo for 2019 that's going to be nothing but exciting, and it's going to impact your business. It's going to impact your lives in an absolutely extraordinary way. Don't ever forget that you are enough, that today is your day to continue your journey towards the extraordinary life that you were created to live. Thank you so much, and God bless you.